Hey there, and welcome back to Pages to Prosperity. Today, we're tackling a book that cuts right to the heart of why so many of us feel stuck, distracted, or just downright unmotivated. It's Dopamine Detox, a short guide to remove distractions and get your brain to do hard things by Thibaut Meurisse. If you've ever felt like your mind is constantly craving the next hit of social media, Netflix, or even a quick snack break instead of tackling important tasks, this book is for you. It's not about cutting out dopamine altogether. It's about resetting your brain and regaining control over your life. So, grab a cup of coffee, turn off those notifications, and let's dive in. The root of the problem: dopamine overload. Let's start with why we even need a dopamine detox. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that drives us to anticipate rewards, such as engaging in sexual activities or eating nourishing food. It fuels our desire to take action in pursuit of these exciting rewards. Essentially, it's the motivator behind our behavior. This neurotransmitter has played a crucial role in our survival and reproduction, likely being one of the main reasons we are here today. However, contrary to popular belief, dopamine is not a pleasure chemical. Just because an event triggers its release doesn't necessarily mean it brings us pleasure or enjoyment. In fact, if you pay attention, you might notice that once you receive the anticipated reward, there's often a feeling of emptiness or dissatisfaction. The reality is, no amount of stimulation can provide the lasting fulfillment we seek. Yet many of us remain in a constant state of overstimulation, always searching for the next dopamine-triggering experience. It's as if we are never truly satisfied, and the more we chase after this stimulation, the worse it gets. Dopamine is what drives you to check your phone when you hear that ping, or binge-watch an entire season of your favorite show instead of starting that project you've been putting off. Here's the issue. Our modern world is overflowing with instant gratification. Every time we scroll through Instagram, eat junk food, or watch a YouTube video, except this one, of course, we're giving our brains a dopamine spike. Over time, our brains get hooked on the easy, short-term pleasure, making it harder to focus on long-term goals. Thibaut uses a simple analogy. Imagine your brain like a sponge. If it's constantly soaked in dopamine, it loses its ability to absorb anything new. The solution? A detox, a way to wring out that sponge and reset your brain's reward system. Why we need to do hard things. Now let's talk about why this matters. Have you ever noticed how the most fulfilling things in life, getting fit, building a career, or learning a new skill, are often the hardest? That's because true satisfaction comes from effort, not shortcuts. Thibaut makes a compelling point. By constantly chasing easy rewards, we're training our brains to avoid anything challenging. But here's the kicker. Doing hard things is what actually leads to happiness and success. Think about it. When was the last time you felt genuinely proud of yourself? Chances are, it wasn't after spending 3 hours scrolling TikTok. It was probably after finishing a tough workout, completing a big project, or helping someone in need. That's the power of focusing on what truly matters. Step 1. Identify your dopamine traps. The first step in a dopamine detox is figuring out what's sucking you in. Thibaut calls these dopamine traps. These are activities that give you instant pleasure, but leave you feeling empty afterward. For example, scrolling through social media endlessly, playing video games for hours, eating unhealthy snacks whenever you're bored. Thibaut shares a relatable story about a man who felt stuck in life. Every evening, he'd collapse on the couch and spend hours watching TV, telling himself he was too tired to do anything else. Over time, he realized this habit was draining his energy and keeping him from pursuing his dreams. Take a moment to think about your own traps. What are the activities that feel good in the moment, but ultimately hold you back? Step 2. The 24-hour dopamine detox. Thibaut introduces a practical way to reset your brain. The 24-hour dopamine detox. It's not as scary as it sounds. You're not giving up all pleasure forever. You're simply taking a one-day break from your usual distractions. Here's what you do. Eliminate your traps. For 24 hours, Avoid social media, junk food, video games, and any other easy dopamine hits. Engage in low-stimulation activities. Instead of scrolling, try reading, journaling, or going for a walk. These activities may not give you instant gratification, but they help your brain reset. Reflect on your habits. Use this time to notice how often you crave distractions and how it feels to resist them. Thibaut emphasizes that this isn't about punishment. It's about giving your brain a chance to breathe. Step 3. Rebuild your relationship with dopamine. After the detox, the goal is to reintroduce dopamine in a healthier way. Thibaut calls this intentional reward management. Here's how it works. Save rewards for after work. Instead of watching Netflix before tackling your to-do list, use it as a reward for finishing. Focus on long-term satisfaction. Replace short-term dopamine hits with activities that bring deeper fulfillment, like exercising, learning a skill, or spending quality time with loved ones. Set boundaries. Limit your screen time, schedule social media breaks, and create a daily routine that prioritizes what truly matters. The power of small wins. One of my favorite parts of the book is the emphasis on small wins. Thibaut explains that big goals can feel overwhelming, which is why breaking them down into tiny, manageable steps is key. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, don't aim to finish it in a month. Instead, commit to writing just 1 page a day. Each small win builds momentum and rewires your brain to associate effort with reward. Thibaut shares an inspiring story of a woman who wanted to lose 50 pounds. Instead of focusing on the daunting goal, she started by walking for 10 minutes every morning. Over time, those 10 minutes turned into an hour, and she completely transformed her life. Practical tips to stay focused. Here are a few actionable strategies from the book to help you maintain focus. Create a distraction-free environment. Turn off notifications, clear your workspace, and let people know when you need uninterrupted time. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. This keeps your brain engaged without overwhelming it. Track your progress. Keep a journal or checklist to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Final thoughts. Reclaiming your focus. Thibaut Meurisse's Dopamine Detox isn't just a book. It's a wake-up call. It's about recognizing the habits that hold you back and taking control of your life. By resetting your brain's relationship with dopamine, you can unlock the focus, motivation, and discipline you need to achieve your biggest goals. If you're ready to ditch distractions and embrace the hard things that truly matter, this book is your guide. Did this resonate with you? If so, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to Pages to Prosperity for more life-changing insights. Let's keep growing, learning, and crushing our goals together. See you in the next summary.